Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you my WrestleMania 42 Night 2 reactions. In this video, I'm going to be talking about who won, if I thought it was the right decision, and where I think storylines will go from here. I do want to say that this Night 2 was way better than Night 1. Some fantastic matches. There were some short matches, but most were really good. Just a night and day difference between last night and tonight. Um, so we're just gonna get right into it. The first match we're gonna talk about is Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. Going into this match, I had high hopes. It probably was honestly the most hyped match going into this Mania. Best feud, best story, and then we get to the match. Obafemi beat Brock Lesnar. I was so happy about that. Definitely the right decision, having Oba become the next big guy, next face WWE, and beating Brock Lesnar. We're gonna get to the end of the match after what happened, but I think this was a good match. Wasn't fantastic. Could have been longer, maybe like 3, 4 more minutes. Would have been great. But for what the time they had, I thought it was pretty good. I'm definitely gonna give this one a thumbs up. But then after the match, Obafemi hit the fall from grace and got the pin. He left, and then Brock Lesnar retired. I don't think it was scripted. I heard that he just did that. No one knew that he was gonna do that. But after the match, he's in the ring. He took off his pads, his all of his gear, took off his boots, and left and retired. And think it's cool that he retired. It's cool that Opa retired him, even though they didn't know he was going to do that. But I thought that was a cool moment. That Obafemi now has retired Brock. Um, Overall, I think it was definitely a better match compared to better first match compared to the 6-man tag match that was on night one. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna give that an up. The next match following that was the 6-pack ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship between champion Penta, JD McDonough, Javon Evans, Dragon Lee, Rey Mysterio, and Rusev. Up to this point, this was the best match of the night. Oh my gosh, was it so good? The crazy ladder moment, crazy, just like chaos going on. Like I said, it was the best match up to that point of the entire card. It actually is my second favorite match of the entire weekend. One of the matches of the year, definitely. But the winner was Penta. Penta climbed the ladder to retain his Intercontinental Championship. Um, this match was cinema, pretty much. It was about a 15, 16 minute match, and every minute, every second of it was used perfectly. I thought there were some amazing spots, like when Penta, I think, launched Rey Mysterio onto Rusev on a ladder and broke the ladder, and then Javon Evans hit an OG cutter from a ladder. Like he jumped from the apron, from the top of the apron to catch Rusev midair and hit him with an OG cutter, which was fantastic. Um, I'm definitely giving this an up. Like I said, the second best match of the entire weekend. I was I had a lot of expectations going in to it. I thought it was going to be really good, but my expectations were blown through the roof with that match. It was just a great way to start two banger matches compared to the first two matches last night. I mean, the night before on night one were okay, but nothing special. Now it's time to talk about the fourth match, which was Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn for the United States Championship. Going into this match, I thought it was gonna be, a good match. Trick and Sammy are good. But the problem was that the match was only 8 minutes. I still don't understand why. a lot of these matches were under 10 minutes. Um, it just needed more time. It would have been like a banger match if it went maybe like 5 to 10 more minutes. But it still was good for the time. But I think I'm gonna just give it a down. I'm actually gonna give it a down and an up at the same time. I'm gonna give it an up because Trick Williams beat Sami Zayn to become the new United States champion. I thought that was a good moment for Trick. It was the right decision to have him win. I heard he's probably not doing open challenges anymore, so that's done for the U.S. title, which is okay. But um, yeah, that's why I'm giving it up because Trick won. But I'm giving it down just because it was such a good built story and it just only ended up being 8 minutes and just it was too quick. I just don't understand the theme of this mania was quick matches for some reason. I don't know why. But overall, I'm giving it an up and a down. Following that, we have the match between Dominic Mysterio versus the Demon Finn Balor. This match was originally scheduled for a singles match, but I think like a few hours before they changed it to a street fight, which I think was a cool idea. Add much needed to it. Because I don't think the singles match would have been that great. And then Dom came out with a great entrance. Finn also had a great entrance, and then the match happened. It was about a 12-minute match. It felt faster than it was, and it was a solid match. The Demon beat Dominic to win via pinfall after I think he hit a coup de grace on the table and got the pin. Pretty good match. I'm gonna give this one an up because um, it deserves an up. I think from here Dom and I think the feud might be over with them. That might not be the case, but maybe Dom can go into the world title scene now, which would be cool. And he needs to eventually go there and be world champion at some point in his career. Maybe a Money in the Bank ladder match win in September. But I did like this match. And then for the Demon, I don't know if the Demon's gonna stay or if it's just gonna go back to the regular Finn Balor. Um, but whatever happens, it'd be cool to see the Demon. It'd be cool to see Finn back. But overall, yes, I'm giving the match between Dominic Mysterio and the Demon Finn Balor a thumbs up. Following that, we have the WWE Women's Championship match between champion Jade Cargill versus the 2026 Elimination Chamber winner Rhea Ripley. Um, First, I would like to say, going into this match, I had no expectations at all. The storyline going into Mania, the build, it was bad. It was really bad. They had no chemistry in the mic. The promos weren't that good. All they really said was just like not good. No one was excited for it. Um, it could have been way better, the book storyline, but no, they did not book it good. And like I said in my predictions video, it was the match I was least excited for. But now that it's over, I would definitely say that match was a banger, um, which is shocking. This match was the third best match of the entire weekend. Very shocked about that. I didn't think they would have any ring chemistry. They had great ring chemistry, actually. It was a 10-minute match. Jade's best match of her career. Jade actually did good at wrestling for once. And Rhea's always been great at WrestleMania. She had that great match last year. She had at 41. She had that great triple threat between Io herself and Bianca Belair. Year before at Mania 40, it was her versus Becky Lynch. She retained her title, and then at WrestleMania 39, the fantastic banger match that was Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley, where Rhea Ripley captured the Women's SmackDown Championship and was champ for like 400 days or something. but she continues to have great matches at WrestleMania, and now Liv, and now Rhea Ripley is your new WWE Women's Champion after a great match at WrestleMania that blew my expectations out of the water. I'm fairly shocked that it was a good match. I had no expectations at all, like I said. I thought that the best women's match of the entire weekend would have been Stephanie Valkyrie versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship, but that match was okay, only 9 minutes. But the Rhea Jade match, I was expecting to be the worst women's match of the weekend and the worst match of all, and it turned out to be the third best match of the entire WrestleMania 42. The biggest surprise of the year so far. I'm definitely happy that Jade's title reign is over. It wasn't a good title reign by any means. It was like 170 days. She was champ. She beat Tiffany Stratton at Saturday Night's Main Event in November. She really didn't ever do anything with it. She had one defense against Jordan Grace on SmackDown. But now we have Rhea Ripley back on top of the women's division, becoming a four-time champion. And I'm just happy that she's the champ and that's off Jade. And hopefully Jade doesn't get another title reign for a while. And definitely giving this match a thumbs up. I thought it was just, like I said, a banger, a classic. One of the best women's matches of the year. Um, and that's all for that match. And finally, it's the main event of the entire show. The match that everyone was looking forward to. The match that has been confirmed since after the Rumble in February. Um, it's been confirmed for a while. Build was great. Towards the end there, it was kind of getting stale. But then we finally get to the match between CM Punk, the champ, the World Heavyweight Champion, CM Punk, defending against the 2026 Royal Rumble winner, Roman Reigns. In the main event of WrestleMania 42. Before we get into the match itself, it was, like I said, I'm gonna talk about the match in a minute, but there was no Rock return, which is kind of boring a little bit because like after the match ended, it just Roman celebrated with the title and it went off air and no return happened. I think this entire Mania was lacking big surprises. But besides that, we're gonna get into the match now. The match started off slow, it picked up, and let me tell you, it was a fantastic match. Um, I actually gave it a 10 out of 10. For I think it's the second 10 or third I gave out this year, but it was just a 33-minute banger, no shenanigans at all, just great moments. Like I said, just like a 33-minute match with no shenanigans, just like Punk still can go, Roman can obviously go. There's some cool moments when like Punk is hung up in the into the apron and he's like his head is like upside down, and then Roman Superman punched him 3 times. He started bleeding from his mouth, and then Roman hit him with the steps, which caused him to bleed on his forehead. That was a cool moment. There were some close calls with some GSTs and stuff. And then in the final moments of the match, CM Punk hit a GTS, and then Roman fell right back into his arms, and he went for a second GTS, but from all the brutality he took during the match, he couldn't lift him up for the second one and just collapsed on his body collapsed. And then out of nowhere, Roman hit the spear. It took him a moment to like get back up, and then Roman went for another spear, connected, went for the pin, and got the 1, 2, 3 to win the match. And Roman Reigns is your new World Heavyweight Champion of the world. I'm happy that Roman won. I think it was the right decision. It's not that Punk's title reign was boring. It just wasn't great. He had, you know, a great match when he won the title at Saturday Night's Main Event, winning the vacant title against Jay Uso. He had that good match against Braun Breaker at the January 5th episode, the 1 year anniversary of WWE Raw on Netflix. And then he had those two matches against Finn Balor, one on Raw and one at Elimination Chamber 2026. Um, and I think that Punk will, still be there. Always, I don't know if he's gonna go after a world title anytime soon, but I don't think he's gonna go anywhere. I think he'll be staying and probably having some maybe singles matches, not for any titles. But now speaking of Roman Reigns, it's been 2 years since he was champion. He lost to Cody at WrestleMania 40 after his 1,316-day reign as champion, and now he's back on top as the World Heavyweight Champion. Um, I'm pretty sure he's going to be on Raw this week, and I think that he will be full time until he loses the title. I'm assuming he's going to lose at SummerSlam, but that's going to be cool if he's going to be like full time wrestler for a few months. And where storylines are going to go from here, like I said, I think Punk maybe will take time off and then he'll have like some singles matches, not for any titles. And I'm thinking Roman Reigns. I don't know what the future is gonna bring, like for Backlash or Clash in Italy, maybe a Gunther. But I think that the big match that they're gonna build up to now is Roman Reigns versus Obafemi at SummerSlam. I'm pretty sure it's probably gonna be the main event, which will be a fantastic match. Oba, like I said in my predictions video, Obafemi will be world champion by the end of this year, and I'm making that prediction. I'm doubling down on it. Definitely, Obafemi will beat Brock Lesnar. Obafemi will beat Roman Reigns at SummerSlam to win the World Heavyweight Championship. That's my prediction. Um, and that's it for today's video. I just wanted to, give my night two reactions. Definitely a way better night than night one. It definitely saved the WrestleMania. I still think this isn't the worst Mania I've watched live out of 3, 40, 41, and 42. But yeah, I think it was saved, and overall, it was an okay Mania. But like I said, night two carried it. It's been DTM, and I'm out.